Want to truly master American English and finally sound fluent? Understanding and using contractions and reductions is non-negotiable. In just a few minutes, you'll learn practical techniques to improve your comprehension and speaking skills, making your English sound effortless and natural. Get ready to transform how you speak and understand American English. When we think about fluency, most learners immediately focus on grammar, vocabulary, or even accent. But here's the hidden truth. What really separates native speakers from learners is how naturally they use contractions and reductions. Contractions are those shortened forms like don't, can't, I'll, and cheese. Reductions, on the other hand, are the way sounds get blended or even dropped in fast, connected speech, like how going to becomes gonna or want to becomes wanna. These aren't just casual slang, they're the DNA of real spoken American English. Without them, your speech can sound robotic, and your listening comprehension will always feel one step behind. With them, you'll unlock smoother rhythm, natural flow, and true confidence in conversations. In today's episode, we're diving into the world of contractions and reductions, what they are, why they matter, and most importantly, how you can master them with practical techniques. By the end, you'll not only hear English more clearly, but also speak it more like a native. Think about the last time you listened to native speakers having a casual chat. Did it feel like their words melted together, almost like one long sound stream? That's because contractions and reductions are the backbone of spoken American English. They're not lazy English, as some learners might assume. They're actually a natural efficiency built into the language. Take going to. Most of the time, you won't hear a crisp going to the store. Instead, it turns into gonna go to the store. Or want to becomes wanna. These aren't slang, they're the real way people speak every single day, even in professional settings. Ignoring them makes your English sound stiff, and worse, it makes listening to fast-paced conversations incredibly hard. Native speakers don't always pronounce every word distinctly, because communication isn't just about clarity, it's about rhythm. English has a musical flow, and contractions keep that rhythm smooth. Without understanding them, you'll constantly mishear sentences. For example, when someone says, "I'd go if I were you," you might hear it as, "I go if I were you," and completely miss the meaning. By cracking this code, you stop translating word by word and start flowing with the natural rhythm of English. This is the first step to sounding like you truly belong in the conversation. Most learners are familiar with the basics: don't, can't, it's, I'm. But American English goes much deeper than those. You'll hear contractions that textbooks rarely emphasize, and missing them can throw off your understanding completely. For instance, I'd could mean I had or I would, depending on context. Hill sounds almost identical to hill if you're not paying attention. Even phrases like theirs, there is, or let's, let us, are so common in everyday speech that native speakers barely notice them, but they're essential for fluency. So, how do you catch them in real conversations? A quick trick is to listen for the rhythm rather than the individual words. Native speakers stress the main ideas, and the contractions get squeezed in between. For example, she's gonna call me later. You'll hear stress on call and later, while she's gonna is almost whispered. Here's a fun listening exercise. Play a short clip of a native speaker and write down what you hear. Then check the transcript. You'll often find contractions you completely missed at first. Even without audio right now, try this. Say these sentences out loud quickly. He'll be fine. They'd already left. What's the plan? Notice how the sounds fuse together? That's exactly how English flows. The more you train your ear to notice these hidden shortcuts, the more natural your own speech will become. Now that you've got a handle on contractions, let's push deeper into the magic of reductions. Reductions are what happen when English sounds shrink or blend in fast, connected speech. They make sentences smoother, faster, and way more natural. But they're also the reason learners often feel like native speakers are swallowing words. Take the word 20. In clear, careful speech, you hear every sound. But in real life, it often becomes 20. Similarly, going to reduces to gonna, and want to becomes wanna. Even common phrases like give me turn into gimme. These aren't mistakes. They're how Americans actually speak every day. Why does this happen? It's all about efficiency and rhythm. English favors smooth transitions over sharp, separate sounds. That's why did you often sounds like didja, and what do you sounds like whatja. If you try to pronounce every word perfectly, you'll not only sound unnatural, but you'll also struggle to keep up with the rhythm of real conversations. Here's a simple drill. Repeat the phrase, I'm gonna go, slowly, then speed it up until going to naturally shifts into gonna. Record yourself and compare it with a native speaker. The goal isn't to be sloppy, it's to blend smoothly so your English flows. Once you master reductions, you'll notice your speech instantly feels more native-like and your listening comprehension skyrockets. Understanding contractions and reductions is powerful, but the real magic happens when you start using them in your own speech. This is where your English transforms from textbook correct to authentically fluent. A great way to practice is through shadowing exercises. Play a short clip of a native speaker, pause after each sentence, and repeat exactly what you hear, mimicking the rhythm, the contractions, and the reductions. For example, if the speaker says, I'm going to head out, don't change it to, I am going to head out. Copy it exactly, sound for sound. Over time, your mouth muscles will adapt, and these patterns will become automatic. But here's a warning. Not every situation calls for heavy reductions. In a job interview or a formal presentation, saying wanna instead of want to may sound unprofessional. The key is balance. Learn when to use them naturally and when to stick with clear, careful pronunciation. To push yourself further, create a personal fluency challenge. Every day, choose one common contraction or reduction to focus on, like gonna or didja. Use it deliberately in conversations or even when talking to yourself. By making these small, daily adjustments, you'll integrate contractions and reductions into your speech without forcing it. Remember, fluency isn't about speaking fast. It's about sounding natural. And applying these techniques is how you bridge the gap between knowing English and living it. By now, you've cracked the code of contractions, uncovered the secret world of reductions, and practiced moving from listening to speaking. These are the exact tools native speakers use every day without thinking. And now they're in your hands too. Let's quickly recap. Contractions like don't, I'll, she's keep your speech smooth and natural. Reductions like gonna, wanna, didja help you flow with the rhythm of American English. Together, they transform how you sound and how well you understand others. Without them, conversations feel robotic and hard to follow. With them, you connect effortlessly. So, what's next on your fluency journey? It's all about consistent exposure and active listening. Surround yourself with native English, podcasts, TV shows, YouTube videos, even casual chats with friends. Don't just hear the words. Pay attention to the rhythm, the music of the language. Then mirror it. Bit by bit, your brain and tongue will sync with that rhythm until it becomes second nature. And here's my challenge to you. Starting today, commit to practicing at least one contraction or reduction daily. Speak it, hear it, and own it. Over time, you'll notice a huge jump in both your confidence and your fluency. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more practical English tips. Share this with a friend who's learning too, and let's keep building your path to sounding like a true native speaker.